Hopefully what we're talking about now helps people out that are watching it.
Yeah. It's harder than I thought.
Seeing how difficult it was for you to come back and
Hopefully that you make it through this journey. So, yeah, thank him.
Panda 1-6, Panda 1-6, this is Badger 2-2, come in, over.
Badger 2-2, this is Panda 1-6, send traffic, over.
Roger, E4 Mafia is a go. I say again, E4 Mafia is a go.
Roger that, execute.
What's going on, guys? Happy Memorial Day weekend. Welcome back to the E4 Mafia podcast. Today's episode is going to be about Memorial Day and what it means to me and Mike and how we celebrate it, just to remember what's going on. So we appreciate you guys joining us. Stay tuned for the rest of the episode. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Oh, ready to get into it.
Yeah.
What's going on, E4 Mafia? I'm Alan.
And I'm Mike.
Talking a little bit about Memorial Day, what it means, and what the importance of it is.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day, brother.
So, I guess let's get into it. So, what does it mean for you? And we probably have the same views. So, what does it mean for you?
So, I wanted to break it down for those who, get confused on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. And I know sometimes, it's not really defined out there, in the civilian world.
Yeah.
Because, Memorial Day, I still get, thank you for your service and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So, breaking it down, Memorial Day, it's essentially for all the vets who is not here with us, today.
Amen.
That sacrificed their life for us to have the freedoms that we do have. And if you believe it or not, that's what they did. And it's a true sacrifice and a humbling one.
The ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, the ultimate sacrifice for us to enjoy this weekend and remember those who have lost their lives, for us to be able to live our lives,
Yeah.
and have the freedoms that we do have.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I still get the same thing. Thank you for your service from texting people.
Yeah.
I don't correct them on it. I just say, good to go. Thank you. I don't even know what to say half the time.
I don't either.
Most time I'm like, I got into the thing when I first got out, and I got, thank you for your service. They found out I was a Marine. I'm like, thank you for your support.
Yeah.
That was my response every time, because it's kind of awkward, but
It is.
yeah, it's for those to remember. Especially, I guess instead of saying thank you for your service for veterans, a good thing to say is, hey, maybe it's not a bad thing, because it's difficult for those that have lost guys that they've been served with, and it's the time to remember them. As far as a national holiday, I'm sure most of the guys that have lost significant people throughout their military career that they were tight with, they kind of remember what day that tragic day happened, and they kind of have that moment. I know mine was a little different. I know my team leader killed himself throughout my second deployment, and I know I still remember, and I have a shot for him, tell him, hey, and it's still, because what if it's not only just making the ultimate sacrifice? What about the guys that came home with so much PTSD or so much tragedy in their life, and they thought the only way out was was to end their life? And is that heroic? No. I have my opinion about it. It's not, in my opinion. But is it a problem that I wish I would have reached out to him whenever I was still, whatever?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I take fault in it? Do I blame myself sometimes? Yes. I think especially if you're serving with those guys for so dearly, and something like that happens, as Marines and as military people, we probably think like, damn, what did I miss?
Yeah.
What could I have done to prevent this?
Right. Yeah.
So it's just for those that lost their lives. Everyone thinks Memorial Day as, like you said, ultimate sacrifice, which is still true. High value, those are the guys that paid the ultimate price.
Yeah.
But it's also maybe those guys that came home that were still stuck over there.
Yeah.
They were stateside, but their mind and heart and all that was still overseas. And that's a problem.
Yeah, it's
Still,
a huge
still
problem.
a problem.
Yeah, it still is. You know, I went to one not too long ago, 6-7 months ago, last year. You know, from social media and stuff, he looked like he had a, you know, great life. He had a wife, 2 daughters, you know, so that's just a cover, you know. So, you know, if you are in the military or if you're out and you're a veteran, you know, again, stay in touch with your guys, you know, communicate, talk with them. And I know we live so far away from each other and we got our own lives and families to worry about. And but try to take that time, at least, you know, call them, text them, or hit them up on social media, or at least meet up once a year or something.
Fuck that. I mean, if you see signs, I can't tell you.
Well, sometimes there isn't any.
Yes,
you know?
and so that I like what you said, because I don't want to downplay anything, but the majority of the cases, when you have someone flaunting it all over social media, oh, I want to kill myself. I can't put a statistic on it, but more than likely, that's not the guy that's about to do it.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes.
The guy, it's going to be the attention people, whatever.
Yeah.
Not downplaying anything. There are some cases where they have reached out, but it's those guys, like you said, on the surface, normal.
Yeah.
You know, but the battle they're dealing with. And I think the American Sniper movie, whenever he's watching the TV, and the TV's not on, but he's playing what's going on.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's probably one of the indications that he's going through something.
And because we're so proud, we don't want to admit that we're hurting.
Yeah.
But
yeah, most definitely.
If you are hurting, this is a message to you. If you are hurting, I don't care if that's on your mind right now. Reach out. Reach out to your boys. Hell, comment on this video.
Yeah, reach out to us.
I'll get your contact info if we need to. We go travel throughout the year to go play golf and whatnot. As you know, we just started that as brothers and trying to create that family. We will. I can't tell you. We will either try to get you out here. It's the $600,000 that it's going to cost for us to come to you or you to come to us is worth more. Is not worth as much as your life, if that makes sense. Like, I'd rather pay that price to know that I'm saving a veteran's life.
Yeah.
If you just want someone to talk to, we got you. We know those veteran Christ lines are kind of cookie cutter things. If you know. Yeah,
they're more of a program kind of thing that they have a job to do. So, again, you know, reach out to us. Like Alan said, you know, we'll be happy to, when we do have a get together and we decide to go somewhere and you reach out to us and we'll invite you
if it's urgent.
Yeah.
I told my guys after my team leader killed himself, after we got out, I said, hey, if any of you guys are, you know, reach out. Throughout the time, there's other people in other companies that was going along the same path, and we would get word of that. Mm-hmm. We had a 1-6 Facebook group that they would post it at, and you would never guessed it, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
And we always I put out to my guys, I said, I don't care if I even lose my job. I can go and work and do what I'm doing at another company. Like it's worth more than for me. I'll go open up another credit card if I need to make the flight out there to spend a week with you.
Yeah.
And let's make this happen. There's no distance too far, no price too great that, you know, I wouldn't be there for my boys. If you were there for your boys whenever the time mattered in the Marine Corps and all that, what's the difference out here?
Right.
I know you have your family. I get it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be sulking thinking that you could have done something different. Now, if you've done everything you can, you know, and that still happens, then maybe it's a little easier on you. But for sure, that's what Memorial Day is about, is remembering those that paid the sacrifice. And it's not just a holiday to go cook out, to have fun. However, those that did sacrifice a life, I'm not in heaven talking to them, but I'm almost positive they don't want us just sulking around. They want us to go cook out. They want us to go have fun at the lake and spend time with the families, the ones that are there. They don't want you. I wouldn't want that. If if I was, you know, if I was killed in combat or whatever the case is and I died, I wouldn't want you and mom and dad and all that. You know, I want y'all to celebrate. Hey,
right.
Thank you. We appreciate it. The reason why we can go cook out, the reason why we can go to the lake is because of what you've done.
Yeah.
It's because of the sacrifices you made. Veterans Day is the opposite. It's the ones that did make it back, but they still made great sacrifice. Hell, I'm 4 years of your life, the minimum of what you go through. You're sacrificing your youth almost. I know I did. I was 17, 18 years old, sacrificing some good times of your youth, your college days, party days.
Yeah.
Used to get to party in the Marines, but sacrificing that, and that's what Veterans Day is for. So, completely in agreement with you. Started off a little sad, but brings the point home. So please, guys, celebrate, but just remember why you're celebrating and what it gives you.
Most definitely.
Even if you don't agree with certain wars and whatnot, that's not the point.
Yeah.
I mean, we signed up because we thought what we were doing was right. If it turns out 20 years later that it comes to find out it's not right, I'm sure if they knew that prior to hand, they wouldn't have been like, yeah, let's go. But they thought what they were doing was right at the time, and even if you don't like the military, you at least got to appreciate the sacrifices. Like if you're just that person that's like, well, I'm glad you died. Well, I think you're a problem with society, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
You go sign up. You go do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nasty little thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I know I usually host something here. Even for 4th of July, same thing. Memorial Day, we usually do a shot or something like that.
Yeah.
Hang out with the family, hang out with the boys. I think I got some of the guys. I think we were trying to go golfing, but it's raining. But
yeah, it's supposed to be raining this weekend,
dude. Memorial Day weekend though, be safe. It's going to be packed out the lake. Don't drink and drive if you can help it.
Yeah.
Have fun with your family.
Yeah.
But I just one of the things I want to take up, if you guys have somebody or know someone, that has pay tribute to them.
Yeah.
My biggest thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
What else are we going to say? You're good.
Yeah. It's harder than I thought. Yeah. Just don't forget, stay in touch. Keep in touch. If you got problems, just say them. Don't be afraid, don't think you're less of a man, there's, other Marines, military folks, that's been through a lot worse.
For sure.
What gets me hope is seeing those, military members overcome their issues and their situation and make a life out of it, So.
Yeah. You didn't have it, but it was there for me, seeing how difficult it was for you to come back and I had a blueprint from you, how to handle things, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it then. What you were going through when you first got out, till I went through it. Not as severe as you, but for those that did come back and your family, be patient with them. It's harder to understand what they're going through without going through it. That's why it's so important for you guys to talk to your buddies, because they've been through the same thing, and things are going to be different when they get back. But you just got to be able to know that give them time. It'll work out. It'll work itself out eventually, hopefully, especially if they're reaching out, getting the help they need. The biggest thing is don't try to say that you understand, because you really don't. I know it's a tough struggle for you when you first came back, and like I said, I didn't understand until I went through it and got out and understood how it felt to be back into everything taken away from you and to come back through it. So we will never forget. Those that serve will never forget. Those that that did that and paid that ultimate price.
Yeah.
So they're long lived in our memory at the very least. We won't let that die. I know that, and I know we have a big supporter of our military, and I know other veterans won't let that die, and what Memorial Day is all about. I hope we don't come to a military that's where it comes to. I know the generation's changing, but it's important. It's really important to remember this day, and hell, it goes all the way back to fighting Britain.
Yeah.
We got pissed off over 2%, 4% tax on tea.
Yeah.
And now we're getting taxed 48% of our paycheck and just let it happen. We're getting robbed and we know what's happening. We just allow it. We ain't tipping no tea party. So it goes all the way back to those great wars, those great heroes you guys heard, John Basilone for the Marine Corps and Chesty Puller and Kyle Carpenter from the more recent times. And you guys see the Navy SEAL movies, American Sniper, stuff like that, Lone Survivor, Benghazi, 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
Even though they were contractors and no longer a part of the military, technically, they still had that sense of pride to go do what they got to do. And those dudes that died was a failure on our leadership at the time. But we understand and we know what that's like for people that we've served with to be taken from us, and the anger that comes with the emotions that come with it, the mental health that comes with it afterwards. Reach out, make sure they're good. Again, don't try to understand. I can't stand it when people say, I know what you're going through. And I know for a fact they don't know.
Yeah. But
it means so much more whenever went out with one of the guys. He was in the Army, but went out, and it was just an emotional night. It was the death date for my team leader, and I remember it just felt so good for have someone that knew.
Yeah.
So it enraged me when it wasn't. I hate the cheerleading. Everything, you got it. Everything's gonna be okay. I don't like that.
No.
Let me just deal with what I'm dealing with, and I'll get over it. But it felt good to have someone that understood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pissed me off when someone said they did it. So.
Yeah.
That's how probably most veterans feel.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think they don't understand, and so that's why they try to calm you by saying, I understand, but for some of us, you'll never understand, especially if you've never been through any of that, And then there's even within our, brotherhood, whatever they went through, I wouldn't understand, with quadruple amputee.
I mean, look at the difference between our deployments.
I'm not going to understand what you're going through, but I'm going to try to be there for you. If you need me, I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to be that cheerleader, but if you need me, call me, text me, whatever. You need somebody to talk to, I'm there, But yeah.
The biggest thing is reaching out, man. Because I know they're going to feel like a burden. I don't want to burden anybody with my problems, especially coming from the Marine Corps. Like, you're supposed to be a Marine. You're supposed to be able to handle this stuff.
Yeah, you're supposed to deal with it.
Yeah. And the way that we dealt with it back in the Corps when we have issues and stuff is to go out with those buddies and get plastered or
yeah,
fight it out, and the stuff that you can't do, like it's especially when the shit's taken away from you.
Yeah,
like that as soon as you get out. Like,
yeah.
I used to be in the same. I used to live with you in a 15 by 12 room.
Yeah.
Watch you take a dump, and you know what I mean. Like doors wide open. I got to shower. I got to pass you while you're taking a dump because it's just what it has to happen. We don't have a time for this. Like, it went from that and being overseas. No worries. Only worries was to make sure that you went home, and your worries to make sure I went home if that were to come up and happen.
Yeah.
To EAS. Now I'm down in Georgia, and you're all the way in North Dakota. You're all the way in Staten Island, and it's like everywhere. Arizona, and it's like the whole squad is just.
Yeah.
Those guys are lucky enough to come from New York and stuff like that. There's a lot of guys in New York because it's so freaking populated. So they can just hop, skip, and beat in a train. And they're with their boys,
Yeah.
But yeah. It's going to probably mostly fall on you guys to reach out to your boys. I know I get texts sometimes. I text my group chat sometimes. I text those guys like, hey, just checking in. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Hey, man, what's going on in your life? I see you had a kid. Cool, man. Everything. Hey, man, seriously, is everything good? Yeah, I'm good. We have an understanding in the main group chat that we have, the close-knit guys that we have, that if you were to be thinking that, you must put that in the group chat.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to drop what they're doing almost and come to your aid.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
No. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
It's just not worth it. It causes more pain than it does anything else, and just not worth it. Please don't do it. But please go, celebrate with your families. Have a good time. Rejoice in their memories. Rejoice in the good time. That's why I said take pictures, and when you're take as many pictures as you can. Don't think it's stupid or lame.
Yeah.
Remember those guys, which we'll never forget. For sure, we'll never forget. It's a sad episode, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, it's uncut. It is what it is, and it's real. And hopefully what we're talking about now helps people out that are watching it.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
The only
reach out to this channel,
The only way to bring awareness and show that it's real is to talk about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's hard, Again, with the pride that we take, and don't think you're less of a man or woman, if you're going through something, just put the ego and pride aside and, bring it up, talk about it. And if it helps, I hope it helps, and hopefully we can change your mind.
I say cook that hot dog, go to the beach, go to the lake, go play golf with your friends and family, and Have fun. Celebrate life. Celebrate the freedom that you fought so hard for. Celebrate the freedom that they fought so hard for. If you're not a veteran or whatever the case is, celebrate it. That is what they fought for.
Yeah.
That is what, why they served, is so that so that Ukraine and Russia can't happen.
Yeah.
It's so that, we don't have communism, and we don't have someone that tells you that you can't celebrate on this day. And, that's what the whole purpose of it is. They're rejoicing that we're able to celebrate in freedom.
Right.
And continue to live on in their memory. So I know I'm at least going to cook out something. I'm at least going to go out to eat. I wanted to go play golf or go fishing, but can't do that if it's raining.
I don't know. You still can fish in the rain.
I tried to convince some of the guys, let's go fishing, but there's too much work with the boat and all that, dude. It's a lot. Might even still be able to go golfing. Oh, who knows? If it doesn't rain too bad. Even if it does rain, suck it up. Embrace the suck.
You can't play golf in the rain. You still get fish in the rain.
Be a lightning rod.
You can't golf in the rain.
Be a lightning rod out there in the course, but
yeah.
Enjoy the 3-day weekend for sure, and go forth and conquer.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short episode, guys. This is probably about towards the end. It's a little more difficult to keep talking about stuff, but it's the only way that it's going to help others is to talk about it.
Yeah.
And bring awareness to it. So, you got anything else?
No. That's it, just a short, informational description of what the difference is between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Like we were saying earlier, it is a little weird for us, but I'm pretty sure on the other side, it's some of you guys, it's weird for you guys, the same thing, because thank you for your service. They might not know what to say other than thank you for your service, So
don't take offense to it.
No,
sure.
Yeah, don't take offense
Still
to
be
it,
kind.
and just, thank them back, or, tell them thank you for your support.
Yeah, at least they're saying thank you for your service.
Right.
So.
At least somebody's
At
out
least
there.
they don't hate you.
Right. At least somebody's out there, thanking you and appreciating what the men and women have sacrificed, and the men and women who are going through what they're going through now that's still serving. It's tough. You sign your life away to a contract,
Just an expendable number.
Yeah,
just about.
and hopefully that you make it through this journey. So, yeah, thank them.
In the eyes of the government, you're an expendable number, but in the eyes of those that are also expendable numbers, you're more than that, way more than that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that this holiday isn't taken away. I know that they're changing holidays, making new holidays. I'm glad this is still something that's not being protested. That I know of. I mean, there's probably liberal countries and all that protested and whatever. We should change it to this and that. And it's just, at least we have somebody with common sense up in higher rankings of the government that says no.
I heard they might change Veterans Day. I don't remember what it is, but
whatever. I can live with. Wouldn't be as upset as Veterans Day gets taken away as Memorial Day. But it's a little different. We've said it in the early podcast. Who cares? No one cares what you served. Honestly, it's just it is. I care. I say that for the majority of the people. Like, a lot of people just don't care. Like, it doesn't make a difference if you're trying to go for corporate jobs or whatever.
Yeah,
it might. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of people that do like to hire military, especially Marines, because they know what the Marine Corps stands for and the leadership that you get out of it. But on the grand scheme of things, no one really cares. So it's a lot. Wouldn't be as upset. I can live with that than Memorial Day. But hopefully they don't change it. I would like that they don't. I'd like they can change a lot more other holidays that we have.
Yeah.
But let's not overthrow the Tea Party for being taxed for 4%. That's still mind-boggling. That's just weird, dude. Like we got so pissed off about a small tax, and now we get taxed every bit of our paycheck, and we're just like, hey, whatever, it works.
That's in the works too now, so hopefully that passes.
It just did pass.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's in. It got 14-15 in favor. 15
Oh,
in
okay.
favor. So it is a thing.
Yeah, I haven't really
You
read
got to
the
read it,
read
and
the
a
whole
little bit
thing,
more,
but
it mostly goes into it's like you're gonna get it back on the way that I read it and the way that I looked at it. You're gonna get that overtime tax money back at taxes.
okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not going to come out. I don't know if it's going to come out for their paycheck. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the way I took it. That's the way I
Okay.
read it. I know the tax on tips thing is long gone. So whatever tips you get, you're going to get that money right then and there. Which I don't.
That's good.
I mean, it's good for the for the waiters and waitresses and whatnot, and those people that live off tips.
Yeah.
Those girls or dudes stripping are going to have a really good time because
They're already making a lot of money.
They're already making bank. Now they used to claim 80 grand. Now they're going to claim 10,000. You know what I'm saying? My mom went to that when I first read the bill. I was like, dark humor, I guess.
I'm gonna have to change occupation.
Hey, if you do, just get rich, brother. That's all I'm saying. Get rich. With that being said, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all's service. We appreciate those that are struggling with day-to-day life because they have signed up to do the job. And I think of Forrest Gump whenever he pulls him down and he's like, "Do you have any idea what it's like to have no legs?" I'm like, "Well, yes, sir, I do." Did you hear what I said? And that whole thing of how he transformed. I just want to say one thing. For me, a big thing for going through it was, and that helped me a lot, was depending on your faith. But for me, it was going to the altar and saying, "Hey, I steered away from you when I was in, and I apologize, but this is too heavy for me. Please take it. God, Jesus, please. I can't deal with it anymore."
Yeah.
And it's crazy how that works. Certain things started happening in life that had people reach out to me, and I was on the verge of like killing myself or anything like that. Thank the Lord, but it was still, difficult trying to find a purpose and all that. So I think that's a big thing. I'm not saying that you have to be a Christian or whatever. I think it just helped me a lot. So I'm not saying go and join the Peace Corps, but understand what the Bible says and lay your problems. It's a lot to carry. It's not gonna, no matter how much you cry, no matter how much you feel, it's not gonna bring those guys back. It's just not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not important to feel it, but if you're killing yourself over, I went through the same thing of, I should have done more. It's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it is true, it's not going to bring them back.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's not true. Like what you're thinking is not true.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. Like they were dealing with an internal battle that maybe even if you did reach out, maybe it wouldn't even helped. Maybe they still would have done it. Maybe they just had their mindset. Maybe there wasn't even anything about the military, and it was something that their wife divorced them, and they just couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it, but I've seen it on deployments where they got divorced over deployment.
Yep.
And their bank account's freaking gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't marry a stripper at Toby's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, she wasn't a stripper, but it was that's probably bound to happen if that happens, if you do that. But I've seen how detrimental, how hard it is on those guys. And the only difference was that they're surrounded by their brothers on deployment.
Yeah.
And they have a bigger mission. They have that support group. So
right.
Feel it. It's good to feel it. Remember it. I mean, if you're emotional about it, it means you still care.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So
most definitely.
Enjoy the time. We appreciate you guys. You got anything else? By the end of the episode, I can ask you.
No.
All good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Raw and uncut. So we appreciate you guys watching. Remember those that give the ultimate sacrifice. Reach out to your brothers and sisters. Reach out to those families. Be understanding. If you're religious, turn to your religion and go forth and lean into that. That'll help you out. There's a big community within the churches and whatnot that are more than welcome to help you out. There's veterans in those churches that might help you out too. So reach out to us, comment.
Yeah.
What I'm challenging you guys right now, if you guys have someone that you guys served with or that is now deceased, and leave their names in the comments. If that's what you feel comfortable doing. Let their sacrifices be known. If you don't feel comfortable with that, it's fine. But that's what I say. Hey, comment, like, share, subscribe. Again, guys, I'm Alan.
And I'm Mike.
Thank you guys for watching this episode, and hope you guys have a good weekend.